I love our gym so much. You can even tell that I'm out of breath a little bit. Alright, what is up guys? Smile Michael Jumper here, and I'm back. We're at the gym, or in the gym today, instead of in my mom's room, and talking about concepts. Today we're going to go over an exercise that I really love. Super hard, but it's super effective at the same time. Today we're going over the Bulgarian split squat, but deficit style. So I'm going to show you what that looks like and why it's called a deficit. Let's get into it. It's just a little bit harder. How did you make it like even being What you need to know about this exercise is that it targets your quads, the front of your thighs, and then your glutes, your butt. Okay, and then the way we're going to do this is, I mentioned the whole deficit thing. The deficit is going to be created by this here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So the plate that I put on the ground is going to allow us to get a little bit more range of motion. See if we can come in a little bit more so you can see. So we're going to have one foot up there, and then the other foot is going to be facing forward. Same thing with this one, also facing forward. We're going to come down, and normally that's where we might stop. But then because we're going to use this is going to allow us to get a little bit more range of motion for our quad and our hip. So it depends what you're trying to bias, but today we're going to do a version where we're going to bias and try to get both as much as we can. So that's going to be kind of in the middle. If we were trying to get more quad, we might lean in a little bit more so we can get full knee flexion and then push this way. But because we're trying to get a little bit of both, we'll go straight down and then straight up again. Okay, so the common troubles with this, what I've noticed when I train clients and I try to teach them how to do this movement, is some people might have difficulty in terms of placing their foot on that surface back there. So if you want, you could try to get another bench where it's a little bit higher, and then you can place your foot flat on the bench. Some people try to do this, which I do and I'm comfortable with, but what's good for me isn't good for everyone else. Also, the other thing is balance. So what I try to tell people is that foot that's at the back, you want it to face forwards, so just like that, and then you want to move it straight out away from your midline. Make sure your core is nice and tight. You control the descent. 3, 2, 1. Then you push back up again. You want to make sure that the leg that's at the front is doing the brunt of the work. Too often I see people when they're doing this, and you can almost tell, maybe it's because also I've coached people for a little while, but you can almost tell when they try to do too much work with that leg, the hind leg, and then almost turn it into a leg extension with that leg back there. So you want to make sure that you come down slowly, 3, 2, 1, and then almost lean into this leg if you need to, and really use this as the prime mover for the movement. Try and make sure that your heel is on the ground when you're trying to push up, create that force and come up again. Too often when I see people trying to do this move, they'll come down and then that might be happening. So sometimes it just could be a mental thing where you have to just focus on it. Some other times it might mean you need to take a bigger step so that the knee over there doesn't come up off the surface and you can still push up. What's good for me is not good for you. So whatever distance I prefer, because of my preferences, the length of my femurs and all that kind of stuff, you might not have the same length femurs as I do. So my distance is my distance. Mess around with what distance is good for you, which distance you feel fine and comfortable with, but you still feel like it's an effective workout and it's not damaging and making you feel super uncomfortable in your joints. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Easy peasy. So the purpose of this series that I'm creating here, guys, is I'm trying to go over movements that are normally, for the lack of a better word, bastardized, and super effective movements that we can make even better. So I'm not going to go over all the movements ever because, well, there's just way too many. But also, I just want to go over the ones that I feel like are the best. They'll give you the best bang for your buck for the amount of time that you do them. And the ones I see being, like I said, bastardized the most. Not easy, but definitely effective. So that will conclude the video, guys. Make sure when you do that, you follow all the cues that I've told you about in the video. Once you feel like you're good enough at it, or if you feel like you're already super good at it, you can use load. Use the load to progress it, and then even with the load that you're using, make sure that you track it and progress it over time. That is how you're going to see results. You can even tell that I'm out of breath a little bit. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will make more videos just like this for you. Goodbye.